Right, how you doing guys? Welcome back to my channel, and this is going to be the final video of this media wall. I'm just going to fill you in the do's and don'ts and mistakes I made and how I went about getting these straight lines, guys. This is what I'm really pleased about. I'm going to fetch you in a second and show you. I've done a video on how I got to get these lines so straight, and I'm really pleased with it, so check that video out, guys. Now I wanted to concentrate on it being symmetrical, obviously. Now it's just a personal taste, guys. I'm not having a go at anyone, but this is how I wanted it. I wanted the shelf to match the TV, and the bottom of the cupboard to match the bottom of the TV. So that's how I done it, guys. I could have put tons more shelves up there, but I just didn't want to, basically. It's just my preference. So if I start from the beginning, we ordered the wood, and this is all C24 pressure treated wood, and it's 3 meters long, and we ordered 40 lengths of it, and we've probably got about 6 or 7 lengths because we chopped bits out and this, that and the other, but I reckon you could have got away with 30 lengths to build this. 30 lengths of 3x2, okay, pressure treated C24. We ordered 4 8x4 9mm MDF. Now I'll tell you straight away that wasn't nowhere near enough, so we ordered another 3. So let's just say it took 7 of 8x4 to do this, guys, because all this face and inside the cupboards and everywhere, you can't see it but it's everywhere, and that was 9mm. I think that was about £13. So we got 2 sheets of 18mm, and they was, let's just say they was around the £20 mark. They got to do the doors and the sides and stuff like that, because what I wanted it to be all symmetrical, and if you watch the video then you'll understand, guys. Then I had to put 9mm, the 3x2, and then I put 18mm. So that's what this corner's made up of: 9mm, 3x2 on its side, and 18mm. Same as this corner, so it's bought it all in symmetrical. So that's all the wood. Oh, and by the way, we bought another sheet of 8x4 of 25mm, and I used it for the shelves, guys, because 18mm for a shelf is not really enough. And we cut 2 shelves out of that, and we used the rest of it upstairs because I had some cupboard shelves, so didn't waste on that either. And the screws we used, what did we use? We used 100mm screws, 80mm screws, and 130mm screws. Now, we had to use the 130mm screws to get the frame to stick to the wall, because this wall is dot and dabbed, and we couldn't quite reach the bricks, and it just wasn't catching. So we screwed it all to the wall with 130 screws, plus we glued it, and in some cases I foamed it as well, guys, not expanding foam, plasterboard foam. I put it onto the back of the 9mm, pushed it into the corner, because I had to pack out one of the corners and it was really awkward. But yeah, a little bit of finessing, it wasn't that hard, guys, honestly. And we used grab adhesive, just like a bog standard grab adhesive. You can use your own preference, guys. We use Grip Bond Pro, and we probably use other stuff as well along the lines. Dexter, with the paint, guys, we use a heritage paint. Now this paint, this tin of paint, was over £100, and when we bought it we found out it was just for walls, and it wasn't for we wanted to do it in an eggshell. But lucky enough, we will use this in the house. We'd paint a wall or do something with it. It's too expensive to waste, but we've literally used 10% of this tin for the back of the walls and the back of the shelves. The back of the telly and 4 of these shelves that you can see have been painted matte heritage, okay? And then we matched the colour. We got it in eggshell, and this is what we've painted the media centre in. But before we applied that eggshell, we used undercoat primer, MDF. It was a proper moisture resistance MDF primer undercoat, and that was 60 quid for a tiny little tin. And we got 2 of those, so that was another 120 quid. So all in all, we spent close on, just to do this, over £300 in paint. Now, I'm not saying like you should do that. I mean, I think we went overboard. I've watched some fellow and he used like an emulsion on it. Let me know if you can or you can't. But he's done loads of them, like media centres, and I think he knows what he's talking about. I do know, like he's very clever, like the fellow. Always does a nice job. And yeah, so he's used that and he's never had any comebacks off of it. And add to the fact that we use moisture resistance as well, so like it was like a little bit belt and braces for us. So everything went nice basically. We had to pack out a few little bits here and there, because I had to make sure that I got these first 2 frames in straight. Okay, at the top they're exactly coming out like the same. Okay guys, but what we found is like this frame here had to come out about 5mm because like the wall was sloping in. And then when we got to like the end one, like the wall was like it was sloping out. So it was a bit of a nightmare. So, but I really concentrated on getting these 2 in straight, and then I just put a straight edge to the end there, straight edge behind me, and then like basically if you would have stuck like a piece of wood, like a straight edge, from A to B, there wouldn't have been a gap. It was dead straight, guys. And that was the same as the bottom. I made sure that obviously I put a straight edge on the bottom, like what I just said, and if I had to, like I cut like some noggins in, I tied it into the back of the frame. Anyway, I got it straight, so I know that the front of this media centre is dead straight, guys. And yeah, and then I just carried on, and what happened, which was like my biggest mistake making this media centre, was when we come to do like the 9mm like face for it, because like you build the frame and like you fill in all your shelves and like what I just said, 18mm and 9mm, and like yeah. Once we come to put the face on, I used 50mm brad nails, and I shouldn't have done that really, because like we glued it with that stuff again, like that grip bond. We glued it and we used wood glue, like glue, and anywhere where like this 9mm was touching like 18 like mil of that MDF, like anywhere where the 2 woods were touching, like we use wood glue. And especially guys, like there's a joint here, like you've got to use wood glue there, okay? Like don't use like the grip bond, put your wood glue, you'll see it in the video guys, and there's one coming down here, and like again, and that's all we did. And then when I come to like paint it, like its first primer, I noticed that some of the nail holes hadn't quite gone in. Like they'd gone in, but there was enough that if you rub like nail punch, so like off I went. I was like rubbing it down, filling it right. I had a nightmare trying to fix it. And like I say, guys, I just tried my best, and I ended up getting this like 2-pret. It's a fine surface filler, okay? Because whatever I was using, I was just rubbing out, and then I quickly learned. When I was rubbing it out, I was probably using the grit in the sandpaper was probably too like coarse. So I started dialing my sandpaper down, really started paying a lot of attention to it, and eventually like I got there, like, you know. But I would say, I'm not kidding you, parts of this has had like 10 coats, guys. I kept on painting it, looking at it, didn't like it, rubbed it down, filled it, like you know, 10. I'm not kidding, 10 times. But what's happened now, like it is basically finished. All we've got to do now, guys, because like there's still a mess in this room, and what I want to do, I want to clean this room up, and weirdly enough, I'm probably going to lay the carpet, get rid of all the dust, and then I'm going to give it one last coat. I'm going to rub it down, obviously, before the carpet comes down. I'm going to clean it to an inch of its life, and all it needs then is like its final coat. And I haven't got to go too nutty. I'll just do the tops of the shelves and the front and the face of it, making sure that I don't leave any fat edges, like, you know what I mean? It's not that hard. So I would say to build a media wall like this, it's taken about 2 weeks, probably 3 if I think about it, but I could have done it in 2 quite easily. And like during that time, I've been decorating like this room as well. So, but yeah, I reckon somebody knows what they're doing, like do it in a week easy. But like I say, I just plod along. And I would say that it's cost about between £800 to £1,000. And I would say also that if you was to try, like you could probably do it for a little bit less, because like we've overspent on the paint, on the wood, on everything really. Like we've gone belt and braces and really like done the best that we could. But like I say, you can get cheaper wood, cheaper paint. You could probably build this exactly like this, guys, for about 500 quid, I'm guessing. But what costs money is all the little hidden costs. It's the screws. It's all like the tubes of mastic. Like the screws, we've got 5 boxes of screws, like, so God knows how much and they're not cheap, like the screws. The mastic was like a tenner a go, like, you know what I mean? And you won't believe, like, because I've done this 4-bedroom house, and we've done it all, and like I've had to put all the skirting. We ripped the old skirting off, put new one on there, and the same as the coving. Now, if I told you that I've used 100 tubes of mastic, would you believe me? Because that's what we've done, roughly, like it's a rough guess. But yeah, 100, and let's just say, like, a lot of them tubes were £10 a tube. There's quite a few of them that was £4 a tube, and quite a few of them that was 7. So I'm going to average it out at £5 a tube. So that's £500 on bloody tubes of mastic and gripper. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And super coat for the coving. It just spirals, and that's why they always say, whatever you're thinking, you do a cost. You write it all out, and you think, like, there's a true saying, guys, whatever you've come up with, right, double it, because that's what your final cost will be. That's what I've learned in my short life, or my long life, should I say. Whatever you think it's going to cost, just double it. Now, when a fella come in, because he's doing the kitchen, I would love to know how much it would cost to build one of these. Now, don't forget, my boy's put in like spotlights, and he's put LEDs like behind the telly, so like add that to the price of it. And he said he's actually quoted like to do one of these near on exactly the same size, and he told like the customer $5.5 grand, and like they like nearly fainted when he told him. And I don't think they went with him. And I sat there and thought about it. I thought, and that's just labour, guys. Like, that's not without all the materials and all that. And then like next door coming, because they've got a builder. He's been coming in and like helping us out a little bit of advice here and there. And he said, no, like he said, I would probably charge 1,500 quid. And I thought to myself, there's no way that you charge 1,500 quid like for this, because just to do the electrics is 500 quid. Just to paint it is 2 days work. It could be like between 400 to 600 quid. That's £1,000 there. And you're telling me that you'd erect the frame for 500 quid? No way. Like just labour again, guys. Like obviously you've got to get your materials and all that. So I kind of come down in the middle, and I thought, what would be fair? I'd like to build something like this. I would say like labour about 3 grand, and then obviously with your costs. So like let's just round it up to like £4,000. But the way things are going and how much things cost, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked when people come in and say like that's going to cost X amount. Because like this is where we are in today's society. It's just ridiculous. But to spend £5.5 grand on that, and then like another grand on with a £6.5 grand, who's going to pay that? But I guess they do, because like he runs a business and he does them all the time. But he don't want to deal with people that roll their eyes up when he mentions money like that. Because if there's something wrong with your rad or your electrics, and they come in and fix it, they're going to want 200 quid, like literally for an hour's work. Tell me if I'm wrong. But rightly so, because like they've had to travel to get there. You're paying for their skill, and it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So I'm putting a line under this. This is finished, but I will, right at the end of this, guys, I'm going to show you with the carpet down and the lights on and the fire in and the sound bar, so you're going to get to see exactly what it looks like, guys, when it's finished. And it should look nice, guys. But generally, I am happy with it. Like I say, first time ever building it. Like I didn't draw up any plans. I literally just started and just adapted and changed my mind, and this is what I ended up with. I do that all the time. But I'm happy with how level this is. Like it's really, I'm really pleased with it. But the thing I'm most happy with, which was like crazy really. We think about the media centre that I've built. I'm more happier with the lines that I've done, like on the coving where it hits the green, where the magnolia hits the wall, and where the skirting hits the green at the bottom. And let me tell you guys, it's pristine. And yeah. So I'll see you later, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you. I'm going to be putting out a video. I'm going to put all my videos together of this build and make it one video. I'm going to chop and change it a little bit, make it a little bit different. Probably make it an hour long, but whatever. No one watches my videos anyway. I'm just talking to myself 9 times out of 10. Drop in a comment, give us a like, and then I know you're watching. Send us £1 million. You know how it goes, guys. I'll see you later.